Our City Council is a step closer to determining which local proposed projects should receive American Rescue Plan Act funds. We will receive nearly $52 million from the Act to help offset revenue losses resulting from the pandemic, as well as fund other community needs. The Council has already authorized spending $7.3 million for hazard pay for our employees, but the rest of the allotment is still available. 71 out of more than 80 proposed projects fit the criteria for being eligible for the funds. Those projects have now been scored using a rubric based on an equity impact assessment tool. During their December 21st work session, council members decided that they will individually read each proposal and then have a facilitator guide them during a special meeting on how to use the scores while making sure that the funding is as impactful as possible. More information about our American Rescue Plan funding can be found at durhamnc.gov/4529. The historic W.D. Hill Recreation Center is back open for fun. A grand reopening celebration for the newly renovated center was held on January 8th. The improvements made as part of the approximately $980,000 project include a new roof, a new HVAC unit, landscaping around the entry to the building, exterior and interior painting, new windows, an improved reception area and entrance, and a renovated gym space. The center has historic significance because of the Algonquin Club. That was an African-American tennis club in the state that provided a platform for tennis, political meetings, and social gatherings in 1922. A new mural referencing the important history of the area by Durham artist Wade Williams is another new feature. The project is part of Durham Parks and Recreation's efforts to ensure that the community has access to a viable, safe, and attractive facility. For more information about the center, visit dprplaymore.org and be sure to follow DPR on social media. Our organization's senior leadership team has 2 new members. City Manager Wanda Page has named John Allore as the new Director of the Budget and Management Services Department, and Sharon Williams as the new Director of the Equity and Inclusion Department. Allure has served as interim director of his department since March of last year and has been with our organization for 23 years. Before serving as interim director, he had been the assistant director of the department since 2009 and the treasury manager, investment portfolio administrator, and an accountant for the city's finance department from 1999 to 2009. Sharon Williams has served as manager of the Racial Equity and Inclusion Division of the Equity and Inclusion Department since 2019. Before joining the Equity and Inclusion Department, she served as the manager for onboarding, professional development, and employee relations in the city's Human Resources Department from 2015 to 2019. Information about both departments can be found at durhamnc.gov. We're happy to announce that more help is now available for low-income residents who are struggling to pay rent and utility bills. The Durham Rent Relief Program will provide $5.7 million in rental and utility assistance to low-income residents who have been impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Legal Aid of North Carolina will administer the program, which will be paid for with federal emergency rental assistance funds. Assistance from the program is available on a first-come, first-served basis until funding runs out. Renters at immediate risk of eviction will receive top priority. Priority will also be given to households with very low incomes or with 1 or more members who have been unemployed for at least 90 days. The program can provide assistance to cover past due current and future rent and past due and current utility payments. To apply and learn more about the program, go to durhamrentrelief.org. Our Budget and Management Services Department is being recognized with the highest honor in governmental budgeting. It has been awarded the Distinguished Budget Presentation Award from the Government Finance Officers Association. The award is good for 1 year and is for the annual budget that began on July 1st, 2021. In order to receive the award, the budget must meet the criteria as a policy document, a financial plan, an operations guide, and a communications device. For each year that we apply for participation in the Distinguished Budget Program, we have to submit our annual budget within 90 days of its submission to the legislature or within 90 days of its final adoption. Our annual budget is developed by the Budget and Capital Improvement Program Division of the Budget and Management Services Department. More information about the department and this year's budget can be found at durhamnc.gov/199.